Greetings, dear friends and listeners. Solo pod today. So there, Carolyn and I found ourselves at La Favorita Taqueria on West Capitol and Harbor Boulevard in West Sacramento. Not to be confused with El Favorito Taqueria, which is on Folsom Boulevard in Sacramento, California. So we're at La Favorita, and I get my standard chorizo breakfast burrito, no potatoes, no cheese, and this one came with rice, so I said no rice. Because potatoes I find to be just filler, empty, pointless carbs, just a waste of notion. Cheese in most taquerias, greasy, slimy, goopy, low quality, no bueno. And then rice, because I am keto or low carb or something. So they give it to me, and it comes in. Everyone knows the tube of aluminum foil. That's the burrito is wrapped nicely and securely and warmly in. And I made a huge decision. I decided to eat this burrito with a fork. Now, what's next? Eating pizza with a fork? I don't think so. Eating candy bars with a fork? No, this isn't an episode of Seinfeld. Okay, so I got it in my head that I've just been done wrong by too many chorizo breakfast burritos in my life. And so I was like, I want to have a nice dining experience. So I'm going to eat it with a fork, and it's going to be nice and neat and pleasant, and it won't become a mess. So why did I eat it with a fork? Well, first of all, I hate eating with my hands in public. Mostly because the bathrooms at lots of restaurants are disgusting and musty, and it's like, okay, I gotta go wash my hands, as they say in Oregon. Head to the bathroom, and you don't know what you're getting into. Okay, it could be like freaking the Waldorf Astoria, or it could be like a gas station on the 5 that's the only Arco within 48 miles north or south. And so I'm just tired of getting to thinking, oh, I'm going to go wash my hands, get into the bathroom and be like, oh, yeah, no. And just not it being a poor user experience, as it were. So I don't like eating with my hands. Don't like getting them all musty and crusty with sauce and condiments and refuse and detritus and debris. I just don't need that anymore. Secondly, it's too hot, man. It's too hot. You take your first bite, and you can sort of enjoy that bite. Second bite. Now, part of it is the way the burrito is constructed, okay, and the aluminum foil, the aforementioned aluminum foil, and it's meant to be portable and convenient and mobile. You could take it with you and it stays warm. It's like a freaking Coleman thermos. But on the other hand, I don't need a Coleman thermos. I want to enjoy my burrito ASAP. So I just I rolled it out and opened it on up, and just took a look at its innards, if you will, and grabbed a fork and just started eating it. It was just like a scramble. It's just like a little scramble, eggs and chorizo scramble there, and it was bussin'. Another thing is that if it's good chorizo, there's a lot of grease. Orange, looks like nuclear waste grease, and it gets all over your hands, and it gets all over your mouth and your plate and your tray, and it just becomes a disaster. I'm very uppity. I'm like Thurston Howell the Third. Yes, I like my burrito with extra chorizo. But many times I've had just the nectar, the chorizo nectar, dripping all over my hands like I came out of a murder scene, and it's too much. And so with a fork and it's spread out, it's it's a dandy old time. And if you think it's unconventional, well, the great Sean Evans, host of Hot Ones, the best talk show on the internet and the world, he eats his tacos from the top down. So he starts at the top where the tomatoes are, sour cream, cheese, lettuce, like a typewriter, left to right, left to right, left, noshing, noshing, noshing. And then he houses the bottom where the meat is, because his justification is that that's the best part, the meat. So get get your veggies out of the way, and then get to smashing all that meat, all that carne, asada, whatever protein you got in there, and you save the best for last, much like the Vanessa Williams song. So I am that person who eats a burrito with a fork. It's kind of like Carol and I just ate some kimbap. It's sushi, essentially, frozen sushi that you buy at the supermarket and then you microwave. I don't know. Don't ask me. But so we're about to dine, and she busts out the chopsticks. We have some chopsticks, and I go, because I'm a fork guy. I've never learned chopsticks. I don't know how to do chopsticks. It makes me feel like an inferior half Vietnamese man. I also don't know how to ice skate or roller skate or roller blade. I can barely ski. And I don't know how to change my oil. But anyways, elsewhere in our lives, we recently threw away a pint of ice cream. Now, to be fair, it was $1.99, but Carolyn bought it on a whim at Grocery Outlet Bargain Market. It was chocolate brownie. There was tons of chocolate, very little brownie. And so I just fished around for the brownie pieces, which were good, but then the chocolate ice cream was not good. So we threw it away. Yeah, we feel bad, but $1.99 GOBM. We took the risk, we took the chance, and we got burned, as they say. One thing about Costco is everything is super expensive. So if you're buying a bag of chips for $9 and you don't like it, you're screwed. But my mom brought up the fact that you can return anything. Costco has a hugely liberal return policy, and so she was in line, and my mom in the return line. I know, shocking, in the customer service line. I know, I'm aghast as well. But she was standing next to a gal who had a half-eaten cake, and she was like, "Hey, why are you returning that cake, that half-eaten cake?" And the gal said, "Oh, it's too sweet for me, so I'm returning it." "You're returning a half-eaten cake? Girl, please." So I was like, I'm not that kind of person. I know Trader Joe's has a liberal policy. If you buy a bag of pretzels and you don't like it, you can be like, you can return the bag of pretzels, open bag of pretzels. "I don't like this." But I'm not that person. And if we were all that person, the Costco customer service line would be 800 deep at all their opening hours. We tried, and we're not going to be returned customers. And that's the one thing that is bad about Costco. I mean, there are a few bad things about Costco. But the fact that you're making a commitment dollar wise on some stuff that you don't know, you're like, this might be good. And if it's bad or it's just mid and you're paying a premium Costco Kirkland signature upcharge, well, you take the L. You take the L. You put an L. You make an L with your index and your thumb, put it up to your forehead, look in the mirror, and then frown. So I got Carolyn a new phone. It's the Moto G Play 2024. I got mine for $150 a few days beforehand, and I asked my wife, I said, "Honey, I want you to get a new phone. You need a new phone." She's constantly out of space. Our old phones were 32 gigs. Yes, we were old school. We didn't have a lot of storage, but I was cheap when I bought both of them, and I still am cheap, by the way. So I was like, honey, I want to get you a new phone. I want to buy you a new phone. It's $150. I got it. It's on me. She said, no, just wait till Christmas. I don't need one right now. But she's constantly getting the message of you're out of storage space, and she has to uninstall. She's had to uninstall a bunch of apps because of lack of storage space. So I bought mine for $150. A few days later, it was the Prime sale thing, event, whatever. Goes for a few days. Thanks, Jeff Bezos. On a lark, on a whim, on a lark, I look up the phone on Amazon. It was $130. Bet. So I bought it, and it came, and I said, honey, here's your new phone. I will not take no for an answer. And dealing with Metro and hooking up a new phone was a 20-plus minute ordeal, calling their customer service. I don't know. With mine, I got the Walmart Family Mobile. I stuck in the SIM in the new phone. Instantly, service was up and rolling. I don't know what's going on with Metro, but whatever. She's good to go, and she has tons of storage space now. Well, I realize 64 gigabytes is not a ton of storage space. There's 256, 512, 128, but we're simple folk, okay? We're out here. We don't need all the bells and whistles. We don't need all the new high tech, latest and greatest whiz bang, buzz balls, telephones. We're good with the low end $150. Look it up. Use my promo code. We're at Wendy's, and I realize that DoorDashers are hecka annoying to fast food employees. So everyone knows this scene. Get there, and there's 4 dudes just standing there, staring at their phones, head down, staring at their phones, because they're waiting on their DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub, Postmates, Instacart, whatever service, delivery service of choice you like. But they're just standing there waiting for Wendy's to turn out their delivery orders. And this particular Wendy's, the one on Natomas and Arena Boulevard, the distance between the counter and the seating is 4 feet, 3 feet. Like, it's very little. So you talk about 4 dudes in that tiny little space, and you're like, what's going on? Like, this is not fun. And I'm sure the Wendy's employees hate them just waiting there, taking up space. Sometimes they're probably like, where's my order? Is this order coming up? When's this gonna happen? And just not doing anything but loitering. Okay, if you know what I'm saying. And then the other thing about the Wendy's that I noticed is that they have to tape everything. They tape the drinks, they tape the food, the bags, to ensure that your DoorDash driver doesn't snatch a French fry or two. And so that takes time. And it's like, this. And I realize they provide a service, but we used to do it not often, but once a month, maybe twice a month. But we cut back on that to maybe once or twice a year, because they overcharge. You talk about your average meal, they'll overcharge you $30-$40 after they mark up all the menu items, and then they got fees on top of that, and then you got to tip the delivery driver. So it's just not worth it to me, to us. So Lennox had a social engagement, and then he made a commitment to, that he was going to go to, and then he got an invitation to another social engagement that he preferred to go to, and so this was a big hubbub in our familia. And I said, Len, it's cool if you want to lie to social invitation numero uno, and then and just lie, dude. Like, we've all done it. I'm sick. I don't feel good. My social battery is down. I'm tired. I worked for 19 hours straight or whatever. Just, it doesn't matter. It's okay to lie. You're going to do this throughout your entire life. And no hard feelings. It does suck that he had to cancel sort of last minute, but and you want to avoid that. There's always the classic something came up, family emergency, whatever. But I said, Len, this is on you. You handle this, and I'm okay with you lying to get out of social engagement number one, to attend social engagement number two. Not a big deal, but you handle it. You deal with the consequences. You make sure your lie is uniform, and the right people know which part of the truth you want to give them, and it's perfectly fine. We all do it. We've all done it. We will continue to do it. And then, Lennox and I. So the plate, the cover plate on his light switch on an electrical outlet in his loft broke. And so I bought and the outlet's fine. It was just the cover, the faceplate, I think you call it. And so I bought a new one, 50 cents from Walmart, and it comes with a screw and everything. And Lennox said, wait to do this. I want to watch you. I want to help you. I want to be there. And I was like, okay, because it's literally unscrewing the old screw and putting the plate in, screwing in the new screw. You could use the old screw. It doesn't matter. It takes about 20 seconds. So he went to, speaking of which, he went to the social engagement number two that he preferred to go to. No hard feelings, social engagement number one, proprietor. And I figured it was fairly easy, but just to make sure, I hopped on YouTube and I watched a few bros screw, unscrew, uninstall, take out an old faceplate and install a new one. Super easy, but I just wanted to make sure and then for when Lennox came back, I did a dress rehearsal. I did it myself. I was like, okay, super easy. Just so when he came back, he could be in awe of my handymanness and just take it all in and be like, wow, you're a real man, stepdaddy Vince. And I just wanted to impress him, really. I just wanted to impress him with my knowledge and my mechanical skills. Took both of our cars, Carolyn drove hers, both of our cars to the car wash, the self-service car wash, $3 4 minutes. And yeah, it was, I don't mind doing washing Carolyn's car, but pro tip, if there's any problem spots, you let your car washer know ahead of time. You say, there's bird poop on the right side of my hood there. Just let them know, give them a heads up so they know where to concentrate and put the elbow grease. But I washed both of our cars. But it was weird that she made me wear a tie, like at Quick Quack. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it for now. I got my coworker's phone number. I got them digits, yo. So I started a new job 2-ish months ago, a little bit more than 2 months ago. And it's going fabulously, by the way. But I wanted to ask my coworkers their telephone numbers so we could text. And we could be closer and better friends and better coworkers. Communication, folks. Ever hear of it? So I was like, I don't know when to ask, and I'm nervous, and what if he says no, and oh my gosh. But I just straight up said, hey, Esteban, what's your telephone number? And he gave it to me. And now every weekend, all weekend, I send him pictures of Frankie and anti-Semitic memes. So he's my telephone buddy. We texting. He's my BFF. We're texting buddies. We're texters for life. Alrighty. Well, I think we're done. I'm done. See ya. Peace out. Take care. Brush your hair. Hi, it's me. I'm back. Another point, not eating the tortilla that the burrito comes in saves about 500 calories, okay? I'm a thinker, not a stinker. See ya.